Raising the federal minimum wage is a contentious part of the COVID-19 relief package.
Well, tell me, what have you been seeing all day on Dixon?
With 150 years since its founding, the University of Arkansas prides itself on its traditions and history. That's right, Kaylin. Many governors have begun changing and lifting COVID-19 guidelines and mandates. State Representative Robin Ludstrom is the lead sponsor of House Bill 1570. She says the bill is meant to protect children from experimentation. And the bill passed in both the House and State Senate with an overwhelming majority.
This would be and is a vast government overreach.
Governor Hutchinson says minors seeking hormonal treatment and gender-confirming surgeries deserve a guiding hand from their parents and healthcare professionals. But House Bill 1570 would prevent just that. Opponents say the bill puts politicians in charge of a child's medical care instead of a medical professional. Yesterday, the ACLU issued a statement announcing it will be filing a lawsuit to challenge the law. The University of Arkansas's Director of Gender Studies, Dr. Lisa Corrigan, says the law isn't constitutional and that it is an intentionally destructive bill.
Access to life-saving, gender-affirming healthcare is a social right, and so we should be supporting trans youth.
I spoke with Evelyn Rios Stafford, who is the first openly trans woman ever elected to public office in Arkansas. Rios Stafford met with Governor Hutchinson last week about the damaging effects HB 1570 could have on Arkansas's transgender youth.
I'm really heartbroken right now for trans youth in our state and for their parents and their families who are, I know, going through a tough time right now, and I've heard from some of them personally. But my message is that you do have people in your corner and that are not going to stop fighting for you.
One University of Arkansas senior says her life hasn't been the same since March 2020 when the university moved classes online due to COVID-19. Finley Daniel hasn't had an in-person class since then, and online classes continue to overwhelm her.
I feel like I had a lot of work, but it was work that I wouldn't have had if I was in person, because they want you to keep doing stuff, but it's maybe not really feeding me or fueling me as much.
Daniel is a theater performance major and says the program just isn't the same. She says she was extremely disappointed when this semester's production was moved to Zoom.
You don't get to see your castmates. You don't get to see the set. There won't really be a set. You'll have a costume, but will they really be able to see it on Zoom? I was grieving a moment I really honestly thought was the only thing that was going to bring me some happiness in this semester.
Daniel is in 18 virtual hours this semester and says online learning is holding her back.
Like having trouble to just connect over Zoom. Like you ask a question, no one's answering, because honestly, I've been sitting in front of a computer all day and my brain is hurting.
Daniel works at Starbucks, where she says it's really her only chance to connect with people.
With everything going on, it's made me realize what really matters.
Looking back, Daniel says she wishes she would have done things differently before the pandemic.
I was always grinding, quote unquote, but I never really experienced as much as I wanted to. And I didn't realize till now. And then I can't because of COVID. And then you're just like, did I mess up?
That's right, Kaylin. I'm outside of KDK's Chicken and Waffles, where founder and owner Keith Kidd found his passion in the food truck industry. Take a look.
Can I get the loaded waffle fries mini, please?
Okay.
Before there was KDK's Chicken and Waffles, there was a young man from South Arkansas who got his dream scholarship to play football at the University of Arkansas. Keith Kidd moved to Fayetteville in 1980 and played as wide receiver for the Hogs for 3 years before being drafted by the Minnesota Vikings in the 1984 NFL Draft. Kidd played for the Vikings for 2 years before he injured his leg. He then moved back to Northwest Arkansas, saying this was and still is the place to be.
I know a lot of people here. I made a name myself playing football, and that's what I did, and it worked out perfect for me. It really did.
He started a janitorial business, but found his passion in fried chicken.
I love KDK's Chicken and Waffle, man. I love doing this.
KDK's has been open for a year and a half, and it's already a hit throughout the community. Kidd says he took notes from Raising Cane's.
He started on LSU campus, and I'm here at the Arkansas Razorback campus. That's what I want to do.
Kidd says the winter weather doesn't affect business at all.
During the cold months, everybody come by and get chicken. I mean, it's like when it's cold, when it's rainy, that's when you see a lot of people. It's really weird. I just want to feed people. You know what? I just want to give them some good chicken.
Kid says he sees a bright future ahead for KDK's Chicken and Waffles and hopes to spread throughout the state of Arkansas and beyond. Reporting for UATV, I'm Jaycie Dodd. One University of Arkansas student is hospitalized after a sledding accident on campus. Like many other U of A students, freshman Elena Girlametto came to this Maple Hill on Monday to enjoy the fresh snow with her friends. Unfortunately, she landed in this ditch where she broke her pelvis in 6 places. The accident was caught on camera. Take a look. I asked her what her first thought was when she hit the rock, and this is what she had to say.
Honestly, my first thought was, why did I decide to do that? I honestly had a feeling that would happen because I kept telling the guy who was lending it to me, I was like, so how do I do this correctly to where I don't get hurt like the guy that just got hurt?
Girlametto was taken to Washington Regional where she stayed for 2 days. Yesterday, she was transported to a hospital in Kansas to be closer to her family. As of now, Girlametto does not know if she'll need surgery, but she's expected to know by tomorrow. Girlametto says she already misses her friends here in Fayetteville and cannot wait to get back on her feet. Reporting for UATV, I'm Jaycie Dodd.